A media house closed. NTV for now 3 weeks. Every day we are here on the microphone asking, where is this person? Yesterday we were here talking about the Honorable Muwanga Kivumbi.
And I can invite him even after this session, we can sit together.
Yeah, no, but the same should apply to Honorable Muwanga Kivumbi. Yesterday you gave a ruling, and I hope your ruling had been vain, and they say that they will return to with a statement.
Yes.
Push to lift the Dubai visa ban and airport blood tests in China. I beg to submit.
Eco-interns, equipment, and all these different things, yeah? Because they are competent, they want to work. Sometimes we let them down. Mr. Speaker, I think that government needs to do a lot more, whether diplomatically, but to better manage our image. This week, at the start of this week, I saw an order, and it's now in the public, by the department, the US Department of Health and Human Services. They have banned entry of people from Uganda into their country for 30 days. Now, after the 30 days, they will evaluate whether to extend that order or not. There's numerous other countries, UAE. Our Muslim brothers and sisters have been telling me they're unable to go for Umrah in Saudi Arabia because they can't access. We have not managed this well because the world thinks people are dropping dead of Ebola in Uganda every day. And yet it's not true. So as the health workers are doing their best, we need to do our best as well. Because we are in a precarious situation and it is affecting us. A travel advisory has also been issued by the US for, among other reasons, health. Of course, there is crime, terrorism, and all these different things. And I've seen a disjointedness between government departments. So you find that some who are fighting and they are saying, people, no, the situation is not as bad here in Uganda. And then they don't seem to get support from other departments. So the government departments need to talk to each other. That's why we're having all these challenges. But finally, Mr. Speaker, while there's a few government departments that are trying to make sure the image doesn't look as bad, again, there are others who I just don't understand. What government does sometimes is it being deleterious to itself. What do I mean? You make us look bad sometimes, some of you people in government. Mr. Speaker, the world reads reports about Uganda. A media house closed. NTV for now 3 weeks. You know, because we don't seem to be bothered about media and press freedom. That hurts our country. NGOs have been closed, suspended, and so on. Every day we are here on the microphone asking, where is this person? Yesterday we were here talking about the Honorable Muwanga Kivumbi. I'm yet to get a report, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, yesterday you ordered that we do get a report and the family gets to access him. That has not happened yet, and several other people. These things make us look bad. That's the reality. So as we are striving to work on our image as a country, let's sort out these issues.
Honorable LOP, I think the time is done. You want to put him on order or what?
Right? Yes, Right Honourable Speaker.
Yes.
Right Honourable Speaker.
He has exited the floor.
Okay. Yeah.
He has complied to your order. Honorable Bariomusi, 2 minutes to wrap up. You had an attack, but then you had some army that rescued you from the...
Yes, thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker and members. And I want to thank the honorable members for the comments that you have made. Our primary responsibility as a government and the Ministry of Health in particular is to protect Ugandans, first and foremost. It is not to please the US so that their travel advisory is good, it is to protect Ugandans first. And when an outbreak like this comes out, you are hard pressed between the two choices, to be transparent and report the disease so that you prevent it and caution people not to get it, or to remain quiet even when there is a risk of many people contracting it. So my sister, Onaramani, is saying we should probably have kept quiet even if people get infected.
To use the word like reckless communication, I thought that was too below the belt. Were you reckless in your communication?
No, not at all.
The alarmist.
She should distinguish the way we have acted, and now we have 0 cases, and if we had become reckless, and we also have like 2,000 cases like we see in the DRC. So she should revise to understand the meaning of reckless. We were not reckless, we were very careful to give this information so that we can protect ourselves. And whether an outbreak is imported or it originates from here, the risks are still the same. For instance, the decision taken to postpone the celebrations in Mugongo, we discovered close to 1,000 Congolese were already on the pilgrimage coming to Namugongo. If we had allowed it, probably now we would be having a different story of having in the Karamoja, in the Chigezi, in West Nile having cases. So I expected her to appreciate that we've been able to contain this outbreak. I know the measures which we have instituted as government cause disruption in the public discourse, but the English say, to get an omelette, you must break the egg. You cannot enjoy an omelette unless you have broken the egg. So for us to reach where we have reached in terms of containing this outbreak, there are disruptions which have been caused by the measures. So I beg the honorable members and the public to appreciate that the intentions of government are not to hurt Ugandans, but rather to protect them. Going forward, like I said in my statement, is that we shall sit as National Task Force, chaired by Her Excellency the Vice President, and now do a review regarding the restrictions and the measures we had announced, especially in the border districts. Like the Honorable Olanya is asking whether parents are now allowed to visit schools. We are going to review all this, and I said it in the statement that now that we have established treatment centers in the Congo, we hope the Congolese nationals who are coming here for better treatment, the better treatment now is in their country, they will not be coming here, then we can now relax some of the measures. So I may not announce the relaxation here, but once we sit as a task force, we shall give a statement that cushions our traders, our business people, our communities, and then we shall keep you.
Thank you very much.
So thank you very much. And the issue of the travel advisory, the visas, I said in my statement, we are engaging the governments, especially in light of the progress we have registered. So sooner or later,
I think your engagement should be directed to the WHO. Because the information that US, UAE are getting are from WHO. Which agency you work directly with?
Absolutely. Even this morning I had a meeting with a country representative of WHO discussing the very matters. So those are being handled, and we shall keep you updated.
I met a foreign diplomat today who told me there are people from his country, they are afraid to come here because other countries don't want to see any stamp of Uganda. So it's very serious. Yeah. Next item, please. We can't proceed when there's nothing before us. Let's first read this item. Yeah.
3.2 Statement on Uganda's preparedness to co-host AFCON Pamoja 2027.
Yes, Honorable Paul Mwiro, you wanted us to proceed. That is what we are going to proceed on. What's your procedure matter?
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, yesterday I once again raised the matter in respect of the fundamental human rights of our citizens in respect of Ewano Amos Rwangomani Turinawe, who filed a writ of habeas corpus and orders were granted to the effect that they produce his body, they produce him either dead or alive. Then the Honorable Attorney General alluded the fact that despite the fact that he was a party to the suit, that he didn't have copies of the court documents. I had sent him some electronically to him and to the Minister of Internal Affairs, but I also served on him a copy of the ruling and a copy of the court order. So I'm wondering, Right Honorable Speaker, whether, and there's also the question of...
When did you do the service?
It was yesterday, electronically. Then today I added him the hard copy, because I still hadn't got back to me. But
so
also
when you were handing him over the copy, you never talked?
Right Honorable Speaker, because we have, I was seeing now a tendency that human rights issues are raised in this House, and then we intend to deal with other matters. Now we are going to sports. But yet the Constitution is very clear.
Sports also a human rights matter?
Yes,
let the Attorney General be on record whether you received the service, and now because you raised that you didn't know the parties, you didn't know who was served. Just be on record and make some commitments to resolving. These are small matters, but they derail us a bit.
Yeah, but the same should apply to Honorable Muwanga Kivumbi. Yesterday you gave a ruling, and I hope your ruling had been vain, and they say that they will return to with a statement.
Yes, if we, please, we cannot handle it this way. If we made a ruling yesterday, we create time. By the way, you people should be able, if I were you, and I know the Minister, Attorney General, and the matter has been raised here, you already have the connection. Attorney General, you don't allow members of opposition to come to your office? The lawyers, when the mandate is here, is executed elsewhere. You raise it here, we escalate the matter. The other transaction we want to get to hear report. Attorney General.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. The Attorney General Chambers is open, and we have a digital system, the e-docs. So we are almost 24/7. I've not seen the document on the e-docs, but I've just been served right now, the document, and I've seen it. And I can invite him, even after this session, we can sit together and ensure that it is respected in accordance with the law.
I think that is enough. The Attorney General is willing. Somebody else told me, you see, anyway, I shouldn't be giving evidence from this side. Next item, Honorable Minister of Education. I need to learn how to be a speaker, not a debater. Yes.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker and honourable members. I thank you for granting
transmission within the boundaries of Uganda. Looking at the anatomy of these 20 confirmed cases, the majority are DRC imports. Out of the 20 total cases, 15 were imported directly from the severe epidemic in the neighboring Democratic Republic of Congo. Then the remaining 5 cases were strictly secondary transmissions limited to medical frontline, like you told us here, frontline workers, and immediate family caregivers who are already under close monitoring. Right Honourable Speaker, this is and was not a Ugandan outbreak. It was a spillover from Democratic Republic of Congo. Yet because the ministry lacked a backbone of clarity in public communication, the world was allowed to believe that Ebola was tearing through our communities. They actually gave it a Ugandan face. So this is the cost of no clarity in communication, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, because the ministry has chosen an alarmist, uncoordinated approach to data dissemination, our premium of $1.7 billion US dollars of tourism sector was left exposed to international panic. the massive cancellation, Right Honorable Speaker, the ministry allowed international markets to believe the entire country was a hot zone. This triggered immediate booking cancellations during our peak May to September safari season. And then there's the liquidity crisis for local operators. Instead, this liquidity crisis for local operators terrified international clients, and this demanded immediate cash refunds, pushing local tourist operators to the brink of bankruptcy. And then the Namugongo wipeout. The Namugongo wipeout alone wiped out an estimate of 30 billion to 44 billion in domestic and regional trade. And this really, this hurt the local vendors and the transporters and the hospitality sector. Right Honorable Speaker, the halting of our progress. Uganda entered 2026 celebrating a 19.7 growth in tourist arrivals. However, the ministry's unfocused communication single-handedly crushed this upward trajectory. Then the diplomatic disgrace, like my fellow colleague had stated here. There's humiliation of Ugandan travelers. The Dubai visa ban, the United Arab Emirates.
Thank you. Can I have Dr. 1 minute due to public demand from... Okay. Then we shall have
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
The Chair of Health. You get ready. You will have...
Yeah, so there is the issue of the Dubai visa ban, the issue of the airport humiliation. Ugandans are being subjected to mandatory invasive secondary blood testing at airports. That's like in China and Dubai. Then there is the guilt of association, of course. While international health bodies lazily bundled Ugandans' single-digit data within massive 1,400 plus cases epidemic in DRC. The lack of data defense allowed foreign embassies to slap a blanket travel ban to Ugandans. Right Honorable Speaker, we propose these urgent reforms. An establishment of a joint inter-ministerial crisis communications task force, which should comprise the Ministry of Health, Ministry of Tourism, and the Uganda Tourism Board. We also request for unenforced aggressive data separation. The ministry must separate Ugandan tracking dashboards from neighboring countries. Then we also request for a proactive aviation and border diplomacy. And then a hyper-local non-alarmist reporting. In conclusion, Right Honorable Speaker, transparency is a legal obligation under international health regulations, but reckless communication is a choice. The Ministry of Health chose a path that protected their data charts, but destroyed Ugandan businesses and humiliated our citizens. We pray, therefore, for a formal, aggressive diplomatic push to lift the Dubai visa ban and airport blood tests in China. I beg to submit.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Honorable.
From the applause, Dr. Boriomus, you have somebody I heard saying that Akubyenyo, I don't know what it means. Dr.